Hello, Happy New Year, and thank you so much for joining me. As the page turns on a year we'll likely never forget, it feels like perhaps a natural time to think ahead, and goals have long since featured around January. Julius Caesar made it the first month of the year in honor of Janus, the Roman god of new beginnings. So why in 2021 would we make goals? Two reasons. A 2007 study showed those who made goals were 22% more likely to reach the future they targeted, while a 2009 study showed that goals made around the new year can, and honestly this bit surprised even me, be up to 10 times more effective than at other times of the year. In this episode, I won't only be bringing you up to date with cutting-edge research on how to set really useful goals, I'll also be applying it to career thinking and career planning while at university, helping you get momentum towards the future that you want. Social science research has a lot to say about how to build effective goals. The godfather of goal-setting research, Edwin Locke, talks about the importance of first identifying what you want. Might sound obvious, but this can be clouded by potentially what other people think is right for you, or maybe even a vision that you had for yourself that you've since outgrown without realizing. Spending time with questions like, what do I need now? What would be good for me? What do I not know? Can help you direct yourself to your present needs. Now this could potentially result in outcome-focused goals like, I want a summer internship, or perhaps more intrinsic goals like, I want to find a way of figuring out what I want to do with my career, or somewhere in the middle. I want to explore what it means to work as a journalist, an art critic, or a patent attorney, in the example we'll now build on. Adding the why or your individual motivation for your goal is the next part to setting good goals according to Locke. Now I'd recommend going one step further and imagining what it might feel like and look like if you reach your goal. And this is because research from the Journal of Consulting Psychology, for example, found that job seekers who visualized their interviews going well found a role within 2 months in 66% of cases, compared to just 21% of cases who didn't visualize. Step 3 to identifying useful goals is thinking about different ways in which you might get there. Identifying lots of different ways allows you to figure out what approaches could feel best. And then breaking down goals into smaller parts allows you to celebrate wins along the way, building momentum. Step 4, and a crucial last step, Locke recommends thinking about obstacles that might get in your way, and this way you automatically reflect on what you'd do if those things actually happen. So already priming your mind to problem solve. Ultimately, goals should take a little bit of time to craft and to fit, and crucially it rests on that first step of finding goals that are right for you. In researching this video, a few things really stood out, and the first thing is to make goals slightly movable and flexible. The same way you wouldn't hang on to a pair of shoes that you've outgrown, be mindful of the goals that you choose to keep. Good goals should make you feel helped and motivated, whereas goals that aren't quite right might make you feel trapped and restricted. You can tell a good goal because of how it makes you feel. Think small if thinking big feels too scary. Career thinking can be bound up with lots of emotions around identity and self-worth, and that coupled with an ever-changing labour market can make goals feel a little bit too big. And that's totally okay, of course. Make goals progressively smaller until you get to a place where they feel manageable and helpful. It's okay to fail. If we never fail, we've probably not set goals and targets that stretch us enough. Instead, give yourself credit for taking a good shot and for taking the time to think about what you really want. That alone can be so valuable. So there you have it, a research-driven approach to help you set goals that help you get to where you want. Now, if you'd like to share your goals for 2021 with me, or any questions that you'd like me to feature in a future Q&A episode, please do email in at careers.marketing@ucl.ac.uk. Coming up in next week's episode, we have a number of UCL grads sharing their accounts of how they figured out what they wanted to do for their career. So if you don't want to miss out and you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and do so. That's it from me for this week. I'll see you next time.